Policing in the 21st century is a relentless battle against violence, drugs, robbery, and organised crime. And it's not just our inner city cops who are in the firing line. Tonight on Brit Cops Frontline Crime, Devon and Cornwall specialist units take on vice.
How much is she charging you?
We didn't actually get to that.
Didn't agree a price?
No.
Addicts.
She's been injected, hasn't she? Well, she's just taken, it's quite clear, just injected some drugs, some heroin.
And the cruel sea.
When vehicles normally enter the water due to the weight of the engine, they end up on their roof.
It's 2 a.m. on Plymouth's Union Street, the centre for bars, booze and boisterousness. Tonight, the mix of crowds and cheap drinks means it's party time, but the city's cops are out in force in case there's an unwanted flare-up.
Ah! You fucking wig bastard! You understand what I said?
The man's got in a fight. Unfortunately, it was with a cop, so other police units in the area have been called in straight away.
Who are you?
PC Rob Byers and PC Anna Hunkin of Plymouth's Basic Command Unit have arrived as backup.
All right, what have we got?
Give me the fucking pillow! Who are you? Give me a fucking name!
PC Byers gets the lowdown from a club bouncer.
They reckon he's Polish. Basically on the Union Room doors over there, you can see the police officer obviously trying to grab him.
Yeah.
And he's actually assaulted the police officer and kicked him to the ground. Because there was obviously a WPC, she couldn't do much herself.
Right, okay.
So I've come running over. By that time, the door staff had come off this door and grabbed him, tackled him to the ground. Okay. So he actually kicked the police officer and the police officer ended up on the floor.
Fucking English prick.
The officer wasn't seriously injured and the man's frustration gets worse. As he can no longer put the boot in, verbal abuse is his only line of attack.
I fucking never forget you! You fucking pig!
Abuse or no abuse, assaulting a police officer is a serious offence and the cops take charge of the situation.
Leave alone, do you fucking pig, you head!
Amazingly, the Polish man seems to think he's the one who's been wronged.
I know your mind rights! You're funk! You're fucks! I don't understand my rights! No! You understand my rights?
I understand.
No! Fucking say your name! What? Sit down, sit down! What is your fucking name?
And he's certainly not going quietly.
What is your fucking name? He said! Sit down, straight away.
Obviously, as you can hear, the gent's not very happy as he's kicking the back of the van. Plymouth's Specialist Tactical Policing Team, known as TPT, are an expert unit who work alongside the city's local police. Trained in public order, warrants and surveillance, tonight two of its team, Sergeant Dan Ivey and PC Steve Brooks, are on a special mission, Operation Glendale, an ongoing exercise to control prostitution and drugs on the city's back streets.
Apparently they use that taxi there, up on with no wheels, to do whatever in the back. So I think we'll probably let the beat manager know about that, who can come and get this company to get rid of it or put it somewhere where that can't happen.
Undercover surveillance teams are also part of the operation. And one of them has given Sergeant Ivey and PC Brooks a tip-off that a couple have just left a prime location for sex workers, the back of some shops.
We've got something going on down here. Yeah, 5584, we'll do a check on this male, bearing in mind what you just told us.
Sergeant Ivey checks out their story.
People don't know, we said down the road.
Really? Where have we just come from then?
Eh? We walked to the walkabout.
Oh, the clip
We
out.
was in the walkabout.
I was going to go see my mate Daniel, but he's not
down
in.
There.
Just sit down there a minute, yeah?
You push me
Sit
down.
down now, not fall down now, yeah?
It all seems perfectly innocent so far, but Sergeant Ivy wants to know what these two were doing in a place well known for prostitution.
What were you doing around the back of Bathwick Tyres?
Where? We was walking around there, he was waiting for me.
What were you doing around there?
He went for a wee.
Right, okay.
As the couple claim to have used the back of the shop as a toilet, Sergeant Ivy decides to fill them in on the neighbourhood.
This street is known for prostitution.
I'm not a prostitute.
There are a number of known prostitutes down there. Well, I never assume anything. It would be wrong of me to assume that. What I'm trying to point out to you is the reason that we've stopped to speak with you is because this area is frequented by prostitutes, and with prostitutes comes misuse of drugs.
Right.
I'm going to look in your handbag, all right? And the reason for that is because the reason I've just tried to explain to you. Have you got anything sharp in there? Any needles?
No.
You stand up for us a minute.
As PC Brooks searches the man, Sergeant Ivy digs deeper into the couple's business, hoping to find something that'll either confirm their innocence or his suspicions that they're involved in prostitution.
How long have you been with him for?
I've been with him for about 4 weeks.
You ever used street drugs?
In the past, yeah.
Not at the moment?
No.
Heroin and crack cocaine are substances which can be hidden anywhere, even in the weirdest places. And an everyday piece of toilet paper raises PC Steve Brooks' suspicions.
What's in there?
Oh, it's nothing. It's where I ate when I did shit. And then got no bog paper and I'm carrying around.
Keep bog rolling your sock, do you?
Yeah, in case I need a plot.
You get the urge that often, do you?
Well, no, because at my house there's never no bog road, do you know what I mean?
Hey, on your pocket.
Sergeant Ivy is no stranger to tall stories and checks back with the undercover team.
Yeah, could you just describe to me the circumstances before we got there? She says that they're together, but I don't believe her. I think she's a Tom, but I just want to know the circumstances of her.
Tom is slang for prostitute, and Sergeant Ivy learns from the undercover unit that a mystery second man was involved who was seen to give the woman money, which means he was probably the customer and the man with the woman could be the pimp. This, the strange wad of toilet roll and Sergeant Ivy's gut instinct all suggest the woman is lying.
Okay, that's all. Thanks for your time, folks. I think you know what goes on around here.
Yeah, well, I won't be walking down this road again, I can assure you.
No idea.
Thank you.
Good night.
Sergeant Ivy has his own suspicions.
She had 40 quid in her bag in £10 notes.
Be about right.
And about 15 condoms.
There's nothing illegal in having 15 condoms, but such a number further flags up Sergeant Ivy's doubts, and he's determined to prove himself right.
She seemed to us to be quite surprised it was an area frequented by prostitutes, but I think that's a load of rubbish. Yeah, so what we'll do is just drive around the back and see what we can find. But I don't know if you saw, he had a load of tissue tucked in his sock, which he told us was in case he needed a poo. My policeman's instinct tells me that she is actually a prostitute and he is her pimp, but we couldn't prove it on this occasion. But that's certainly what the information would suggest.
The search for proof takes the cops back to the place where the couple were seen with another man, possibly a punter.
They wouldn't have climbed over there, would they?
Sergeant Ivy gets a result.
Oh, there you go, look. That's the condom she was using.
Okay, yeah.
He's obviously the pimp and he's bringing her around here. And that's why he's got the tissue, because he's probably being all gentlemanly and letting her use that to clean herself up a bit.
It's not enough to arrest the couple for that. The cops would need proof positive that the mysterious second man paid for sex. But it's more valuable intelligence for Sergeant Ivy and the team. Satisfied with his detective work, Sergeant Ivy radios back to base.
We've come to the informed conclusion that she is actually a new Tom. He is also a pimp. We found evidence around the back of Bathwick Tyres consisting of used condoms and condom packets that she had in her handbag, so it would appear that she's taking the clients around the back and he's looking out for her.
Coming up, hard drug crime. The dealers, The users
It's just injected for the look of it. A lot of twitching and jerky movements.
and a dog duty below the surface for Devon and Cornwall's Marine Unit.
Are you in a position to bag the body in the water over?
15 metres under the water, the elite officers of Devon and Cornwall's Underwater Search Unit are diving on a recovery mission. A van has been submerged and there might be people on board. Acting Sergeant Jason Williams is taking the lead.
When vehicles normally enter the water, due to the weight of the engine, they end up on their roof.
Inflatable bags have been attached to the car to give it more buoyancy, so it can be turned upright, and the team even have their own special jargon.
Hot, 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 hot.
When he wants compressed air being fed down the remote hose to the lifting bag, he'll say hot, hot.
Hot, hot.
When he wants it turned off, he'll say cold, cold. We use hot, hot and cold, cold rather than on or off, so there's no confusion. Here it comes. Be a little bit of air come out now because he's letting air out the bag.
Cold, cold. Cold, cold.
Visibility's not great, but with the right equipment, these marine experts can even work in the dark. They can dive to depths of 50 metres and are always at the ready to take on underwater searches, the retrieval of vehicles and the recovery of bodies. But this situation isn't for real, it's a training exercise. There are 17 similar police dive teams throughout the country, and drills like this keep them all ahead of the game for real situations. This training is well timed. Within hours of finishing, the unit are called to recover another vehicle. This time it's for real and there's a body.
There's believed to be a person in the car, therefore we've had a call back in to go and retrieve the body and retrieve the car.
Body bags as well, mate.
The team have to de-rig as they're going by road. It's an hour's journey, so PC Peter Goff calls ahead to the harbour master to pave the way.
Victor from Oscar Golf 3-4, we are in a position to continue not only with the recovery of a body, but also with the vehicle.
A civilian diver has already marked the area with a buoy where the car has sunk 8 metres below the surface. Other police are already at the scene, but no one seems to know exactly what happened.
Well, the witnesses initially think there's only one person in the vehicle and described the person as a female. We've since had witnesses from the far side of the water saying that there was 2 people in the water and there was a male person described approximately in his 40s in the driver's seat.
Although this is confusing, witness reports are often unreliable.
They couldn't say who was in the vehicle or if anybody, but they didn't see anybody come out, and they said when the car hit the water, it sank very quickly. We would have noticed if there was somebody in the water swimming away or something, we would have noticed it.
Right.
And they didn't. And the person who did see it is the pink and white building over there.
Right now, the whole incident is a mystery, and the Marine Unit need to get on with the dive quickly to recover any bodies which could be trapped in the car.
Yeah, we're just leaving the nick now.
TPT, Plymouth's tactical policing team, also have special skills, one of which is rapid entry, and they're about to put their force behind a drugs warrant.
Basically, when we get to the address, we'll force entry, and then we'll search and obviously looking for amphet and cocaine today.
Amphetamines and cocaine are Class A drugs, and anyone caught in possession could be looking at a 7-year prison stretch, while dealers could face life. The cops have had a strong tip-off that drugs are in the house, and they're confident that they're not going to come away empty-handed.
Hey, stand still! Get down!
Another level of
Right, mate. Put your hands out front. Right, we're conducting a misuse of drugs act warrant at this address.
On the door would have let you in.
Yeah, but it's a drugs warrant, so we don't do knocking on doors. We're looking for drugs, people chuck it away and everything. All right?
The metal enforcer is a top piece of kit which can help police break and enter in seconds. It also keeps local locksmiths busy. 4 suspects have been found inside.
We've got 2 adults in there, a male and a female, and 2 juveniles, another male and a female. So basically what we will be doing now is going back into the address and carrying out a search of the premises.
And that involves the dog unit. Springer Spaniel Bella is on the case in the suspect's car. No stone is left unturned. Every room in the house will be systematically searched, and the cops are in for the long haul.
It's going to be a nightmare of a search as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to take quite a while.
Drug crime is a very serious business. Plymouth's cops are used to confronting both the dealers and the end users, and a situation like this is typical of the trade.
Who's that? No. Face down, is she?
Yeah.
A woman is convulsing after a bad hit, and PC's Matt Mann and Mandy Worthing of the city's Basic Command Unit are about to take action.
What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
What's her name?
Is that putting that around her arm, yeah? She's obviously been injected, hasn't she? What's she just taken? Same as you? Was it a bag of heroin?
PC Man knows shooting up heroin gives a quick rush to the system, and although the woman is beginning to come round, he has to be sure she hasn't taken too much and has called an ambulance.
Basically, whilst we've been on patrol, we've come through the local bus station in Plymouth. Saw a female face down on one of the walls in quite a strange position. On speaking to her and her friend, it's quite clear they've just injected some drugs, some heroin. One of them had a belt round her arm as well, which they used to restrict the blood flow. An ambulance can just check you out in a second, all right? Make sure you're okay.
While they wait for medical help, the woman's friend is frisked. 2 syringes and other drug paraphernalia are found, but she hasn't got any more drugs. The ambulance has arrived quickly at the scene, and one of the paramedics gets the facts from PC Man.
Basically, we've turned up and she's been face down there with a belt round her arm. She's just injected by the look of it. When we turned up, she was unconscious, but she's come round a little bit since.
Right.
A lot of twitching and jerky movements.
Right.
So you can give us a check over for us just to see if there's...
Sure.
Many Class A drugs are cut with other toxic substances, and abuse of them can result in coma or death. This time, the user's been lucky.
Got an ambulance to check her out and make sure there's nothing untoward going on, apart from the effects of the heroin, really.
Although the cops can't stop users taking drugs, they offer some wise words.
Thank you for your time. Just be careful what you're taking, all right?
Cheers for coming.
At the alleged drugs den, the car searchers found nothing, but the sniffer dogs in the house have a result.
Yeah. Okay.
The dog's, first of all, gone into the first room on the right, which is the kitchen. And the dog's done a quick scan of the kitchen. He's then worked his way around to the left of the door, to the back of the freezer, beside the freezer, where he's indicated a safe, approximately 14 inches by 12 inches. We found the keys, and the safe has been opened, and it's found to contain what appears to be a large amount of controlled drugs. So it's a good little find by the dog, although because of the amount, for him it was probably an easier one than some others he's had.
The police have uncovered a massive hoard.
This is what was located within the safe. We've got, in total, it's 15.5, including these half, 9 bars of cannabis, which is probably about £4,000 worth street value. In there you've got several Ziploc small bags, obviously be cut up into small deals, you can assume. Like a yellow powder there, and then a larger one there, which is believed to be amphetamine. And then within the ice cream tub, again, it's a more white powder, which is believed to be amphetamine, and then a smaller bag at the bottom.
Drugs aren't all that's found. 5 grand in Reddies is discovered upstairs. It's been a first-class drug warrant for TPT, with 2 arrests for possession and intent to supply. Now it's up to the judge. The light is fading and the marine unit at the harbour are getting ready to search the sunken car. They think they're diving for the driver's body, but witness reports are unreliable and there could have been passengers.
Well, we'll stick with what we got at the minute. We'll do the body first. Okay. Get the person out first.
Acting Sergeant Jason Williams dives first and makes a worrying discovery: child seats.
Yes, copied. Jace, can you confirm, please, location of child seat, and were they secured or floating?
Now the police fear the worst, as children could be involved. One of the car doors was open and bodies could have floated out to sea. But right now, they have to recover the driver's body.
Will you be able to bag him in the water? Are you in a position to bag the body in the water, over?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Yes, please, if possible. Yes, please, if possible, Jace.
To get the body back to shore and into the ambulance as soon as possible, the Marine Unit's friends on the water, the lifeboat service, have been called in to speed things up.
Gonna get the RNLI crew. They can take the body, they'll hold the body on the side of their rib and take it round to the slipway, okay?
And now comes the grim task of removing the body, and the situation's made even worse as there could have been children in the car. PC Golf contacts control on his mobile.
There are inquiries going on elsewhere at home addresses because we had 2 child seats in the car, or booster seats I should say, which are floating around inside the car, and one of the doors on the passenger side was open. So we're holding fire because we might have to do another person search just underneath this concrete jetty here.
PC Golf soon learns that the driver's girlfriend has children, and officers are on their way to find out whether they're safe at home. It's a nerve-wracking wait.
They're going there as we speak, and once that's done, hopefully within the next 10-15 minutes, then if it's bottomed out, then we're off and come back and do the car. If not, then we've got a bit more of a search to do.
Within 15 minutes, PC Golf gets the all-important call.
You've been trying to phone me? Yeah. Okay. Stand down, stand down.
The all clear. The children are safely at home with Mum. Now the dive team can call it a night.
We'll be coming back tomorrow. Yes, please.
Thanks very much, lads. Appreciate that.
We're going to be returning tomorrow to recover the vehicle, seize it to make sure obviously there's no faults with it, and try and ascertain obviously the cause for the vehicle going in. Right.
Coming up, the traffic cops are on a stakeout for a suspicious car.
The informant suggested that if we park up here out of the way, it may well come back.
A foreign visitor gets to grips with the local lingo.
Please do not fucking jacket. Yeah? I'm going to give you a fucking back to my ship.
And PC Simon Boubia meets a fan.
You've been a nice guy tonight, man.
I am a nice guy.
It's 10 p.m. and a group of drunks are having a party on top of a van. Even quiet coastal towns like Dartmouth aren't immune to Saturday night disorder, and PC's Simon Boubia and Gary Chapman of the Tactical Aid Group are about to gatecrash the party.
Are we not allowed to do this? It's his van! It's his van! It's my work van, mate! We do what we want!
One of the drunks decides to leave the festivities and in the process lands on a neighbouring car.
Can you That's your fault.
So whose car's that?
It's my car.
The wing mirror is a write-off and PC Boubia doesn't think this is the man's car.
That's criminal damage there. That's criminal damage, that.
Criminal damage could land the man in jail for up to 6 months.
I saw it. No, I saw him. He fell off and he went right into it. Yeah, he tried to get off. He slipped down. He smacked right into it.
We don't want to arrest you, but that is an option, okay?
All right, okay. Well, I've given you. Oh, listen.
In situations like this, honesty really is the best policy.
Right, can I say one thing?
Go on.
The name I gave was wrong.
Right.
Can I give you my real name?
We need to start doing it that way, or else we're going to have problems. You start giving us false details, you're obstructing us, which isn't a arrestable offence.
That's all ended now.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, mate.
Don't ever do that again. Because you will find yourself arrested.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to deal with a situation, you giving us false details does not help.
PC Boobia's scare tactics have the desired effect. This drunken liar is suddenly contrite and compliant.
I didn't even mean that, you know. I actually
know.
slipped off. And...
Yeah, I know you didn't mean it, but it's reckless. We've got a unit going around to the home address of this chap here. We're going to see if he's in, all right? At the most, what we'll do, you're happy to pay, yeah?
No, yeah, of course, man.
Because if we weren't here, you would have walked off and you wouldn't have done anything about it. I know that for a fact.
I wouldn't have walked off. I would have waited and...
What? Right, I reckon you would have walked off. I'm not arguing about it.
Me.
Right, no, I don't know you, but you've given us false details already. Listen to me, if that was your car and you came back in the morning and that wing mirror was off, you wouldn't be too happy, would you?
No, of course not, mate. Yeah.
So we're trying to deal with it. We're trying to deal with it so it avoids people getting arrested.
I am sorry, though.
All right?
I am proper fucking sorry.
In Plymouth, another vehicle is about to become the centre of attention. Underage joyriders are allegedly tearing up the neighbourhood. PC Steve Chaplin and Sergeant Dave Routley of the city's traffic unit are about to follow up an anonymous call from a witness.
Caller for this one's called in, not told us where he is or even given us his name. He's just called in on a mobile, so we're going to try and give the mobile a call, see if we can get any more details. Hello there, my name's Steve Chaplin. I'm a traffic officer with Devon and Cornwall Police. I know you want to remain anonymous, obviously, with what you've just passed us. We've got an MReg Fiesta as all the details that we've got. Are you able to tell us a little bit more about this 13-year-old, who he is?
The mystery caller gives the cops the address where apparently 4 boy racers can be found, and it's likely the Fiesta is stolen.
Right. The informants told us basically that this vehicle's been to and fro from this address all evening, and he suggested that if we park up here out of the way, it may well come back.
A stakeout seems to be the best plan of action, so the cops begin to sit it out. In Dartmouth, PC Boobia is still dealing with the very sorry man who's just avoided a charge of criminal damage to a car. But he won't let the matter lie and is seeking forgiveness from the owner.
Can we not go and meet the guy?
Yeah, we're trying to.
You want to apologise?
I'm trying to find him.
PC Boobia is trying to clear things up as quickly as possible.
There's no point going around because he's in bed, he's got kiddies, so we're just going to pass your details. Yeah, cheers, Dave, thanks.
Yeah, you got my details.
Got your details. So we'll pass the details over to him, and then we'll get his details so you've got them. Yeah. You can both make contact in the morning.
As the drunk can't confess his sins in person, he still wants PC Boobia to know how sorry he really is.
You've been a nice guy tonight, man.
I am a nice guy.
I know you are, man.
I know.
I'm sorry, mate.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Save the night in the cells.
I'm sorry to ruin your night and waste.
Save me. I'm sorry. All right, guys. That's all right. That's all right. Just listen to what
these guys are diamond. These guys are diamond.
We'll leave you to it. He's quite happy to pay for the damage. So all parties are happy with that. I think they're going to give a call in the morning, and that'll be sorted sometime tomorrow.
Plymouth has the biggest naval base in Europe, and when foreign navies are in dock, Union Street is the magnet for shore leave. Tonight, a drunken Dutch sailor is about to experience the long arm of the British law with the tactical policing team.
I just need you to move away from the doorway.
For PC's Tim Derrick and the fittingly named Leon Beer, this is a common scenario. The man's had a run-in with some locals in a pub.
I was in there, and of course, in a busy place like this, when somebody gets pushed, other people get pushed, so I get the blame or anything.
They ejected you,
that's great,
which they can.
This is fucking
okay.
Great. If they just get the fucking jacket,
hey, don't sweat. Keep your language
just
down.
Don't sweat.
But the sailor wants to return to the bar for his jacket as it contains his naval ID.
They're going to give me a fucking jacket. Yeah? And I'll get give you fucking back to my ship. Yeah? And you get us all fucking back to your home. Right? Yeah?
The sailor's command of the English language isn't doing him any favours.
I haven't sworn at you. I haven't sworn at you.
In our vicinity.
I've been swearing. Yeah?
In public, which is an offence.
This man's more concerned for his jacket than being arrested.
Can't find it? No problem. They'll come back tomorrow for it. Right, they can't find your jacket.
This is an argument which could run and run.
If it is not there, they're just fucking around.
Well, it's not there. You'll have to come back in the morning to get it.
If it is not there, you are just fucking around.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
Did you check?
I don't muck around.
Did you check?
No, and I'm not going to check.
No, you didn't check.
No,
Did you
I
not
have no
check?
intention.
Of course you did not check.
Come over here and we'll speak
Why
to
did
your
you not
colleagues
check?
over there. Come over here.
Speaking to your Navy colleagues now.
The cops have finally had enough, and shore leave for this sailor is cancelled as he's handed over to the naval police to get him back to his ship.
Right, have a seat in there, fella. Mind your head. We have a naval provost patrol who assist us with the military getting him back to base. They'll take him back to base now, get him onto his ship, and in the morning he can come back and find his jacket.
A few streets away, the tactical policing team are still patrolling the red light district for Operation Glendale. Sergeant Ivy and PC Brook have just got info from the undercover team that a white van man has picked up a known prostitute.
Passing the Brit, so they're just approaching our white transit van. Here we go, that's the one there.
The cops move fast to catch up with them.
Basically, the female in this van was seen by the officers last night and was warned, referenced prostitution, so we'll just see what the score is when we pull them over.
The woman's already got out the van, so Sergeant Ivy deals with the driver first.
Right. What's your connection with that young lady?
That young lady now, I've just been round the estate there and she asked for a job off the shop.
We've got a number of plainclothes officers doing some surveillance in the Mill Bay area of Plymouth. You've been subject of that surveillance.
Right.
So perhaps if I ask you the question again, and perhaps if you'd like to consider the implications of continuing to give me a false story, we might be able to proceed.
The man quickly weighs up the situation and comes clean.
Pick the young lady up and see if it's running business.
Right. How much is she charging you?
We didn't actually get to that.
Didn't agree a price?
No.
Right.
Tonight, the cops are concentrating on gathering intelligence, so the white van man gets a warning, but his details will be added to the local police database. Now, it's time for a chat with his hitchhiker.
She's going to get a precaution. Listen, we know what happened because you were seen by a police officer. Basically, you've told him to pick you up around the corner, and he's picked you up in King Street. Yeah? The problem that we've got with that is that it's a residential area. If you can just bear in mind that if you bring it into a residential area, then the police get a lot of calls, and then we give you more attention. Yeah, and we want to avoid that. All right.
Although the police can't control prostitution, they can control where it goes on. Now the woman has been told to leave the area, she puts in a cheeky request.
You take care of yourself, all right?
You couldn't give me a lift?
No.
See the side of the car, what's it got written on it? Not taxi, is it?
We can't.
No, we can't.
We can't give you a lift. We can't give you a lift, we're not insured. But you take it easy. You take it easy, all right?
For Sergeant Ivy and PC Brooks, there's still a long night ahead. At the stakeout across town, PC Steve Chaplin and Sergeant Dave Routley are still waiting for the joyriders to make an appearance in the Fiesta. And it's not long before they pitch up.
Yeah, the vehicle's outside the address now.
The cops are ready to pounce.
Out the car. Out the car.
Wait.
Car.
I'm stuck in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I haven't nicked it.
Right, rest of you stay in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. You're under arrest at this stage on suspicion of taking vehicle without consent, all right? We've arrested the driver at the moment on suspicion of theft of the vehicle. I just want these four checked out to find out who they are and what they're doing. Has he said whose car it is yet?
It appears the mother of a friend of the underage driver has allowed him to use her car to go to the shops.
Just chatting to Mum.
Yeah.
She said that was a friend of her daughter's.
Yeah.
She'd given him permission to go out and get the case of beers to the auto shop, basically.
He's got permission
He's
to
got
drive
permission
it,
to drive the vehicle, yeah, but unless he's got any docs or whatever, but he's got permission from Mum to be in the vehicle.
Right.
So we basically they've had a party tonight in the house, and Mum said, go and get yourself some beers. You can take my car.
I'll go and speak to Mum, I think, and find out, actually what the score is.
It's up to PC Chaplin to get to the bottom of it all.
Hello there. Hi. Right. Is that your Fiesta out there then, is it?
It is, yes.
Right. Who's driving the car tonight?
He was supposed to be, because I assumed he had a driving licence.
Right.
The anonymous caller who reported the boys was convinced the driver was only 13. After a check on his details, he turns out to be 16, so he's still an underage driver.
Right, for us, it was very lucky that we were up around the corner waiting. We'd had a report about this car, so we sat up and waited for it. Luckily, we managed to box the car in before he could drive away. Bearing in mind he's only 16, he could have driven off and killed somebody. So fortunately, we've avoided that this evening.
Meanwhile, the mum is still getting a grilling from PC Chaplin.
Do you know how old is?
You told me he was 17 and I believed him.
He's actually only 16 years old.
No surprise there.
The 16-year-old could also be up for another charge.
Does have any insurance to drive your Fiesta?
I really thought so, no.
Now the owner of the car is an accomplice.
Do you realise by allowing to drive your vehicle you have committed 2 offences?
No, I don't, but you wouldn't tell me what they were.
Because is only 16, he cannot hold a licence to drive a car. He's committed an offence as well, driving without insurance. And then because you've allowed him to drive your vehicle, you commit the offence as well with him. So, and I've reported you for that. And it'll probably be a summons to court for that.
Sending the boys on an errand cost this mum dearly. And for the underage driver, the cops take him home to his own mum to face the music. Coming up, the Marine unit have to dive again at the harbour. And a possible case of indecent exposure for PC Anna Hunkin.
Well, half-naked guy, just wearing a t-shirt apparently. This could be entertaining.
It's high tide and 8 metres underwater. The car, which went mysteriously into the harbour, is about to be searched and recovered by the TAG Marine unit. There had been fears that children were passengers, but thankfully the driver was alone and his body was recovered last night. Now it's time to retrieve any evidence and get the car back onto dry land. PC Peter Goff is organising the operation.
First couple of divers in, we're going to do some filming. We have to see some property from inside, which is fine. Then we'll have a second pair of divers that will go in, and what they will do, they will attach a lifting bag.
Yesterday, the dive unit underwent a regular vehicle retrieval training exercise, so the lift should run smoothly. And the harbour master has a master plan.
All right, yeah, that makes life a lot easier for us. Right, lads. Slight change of plan. We might not have to bother using the lifting bags. Because it's a close proximity lift, it'll be an up and down, so the high ab will lift it slowly.
A crane on a barge will carry out the lift, but first the divers need to collect and photograph evidence.
Harry's going in and so is Pinky, so if we can get these two ready and get them in the water, time is money, all that sort of stuff.
Knowing there was a body in the car makes this a gloomy job. It's not pleasant down there, and the smashed windscreen indicates that the car must have entered the water at speed. Straps are handed down to secure the car, ready for it to be winched up.
It's sliding up.
The lift has to be taken slowly, as water trapped in the car could cause it to tilt and fall. But these guys are experts and all goes well. although the divers are professionals, there's always something to learn.
It was just by chance that the day before we trained on the vehicle, and today it was a live job, and it's just great. You know, you can't have enough training basically.
No other bodies were found in the car, and the incident will be further investigated. For the TAG Marine Unit, it's another mission accomplished. Over in Plymouth's South Central District, PC Rob Byers and PC Anna Hunkin are on their own mission. A break-in could be going on, and they're hoping to catch the burglar red-handed.
A break in progress on Embankment Road. Some males have been seen trying to get into a house. We've got a lot of burglaries going on in the area at the moment, and it seems to be every single day. So it'd be good if we can try and catch the people responsible. This is another one just going on now.
As a seasoned cop, PC Byers knows how to handle a car to get to the scene of the crime as quickly and safely as possible. PC Hunkin is in radio contact with police control, and there seems to be a bit of confusion as to the address.
Which house is it? I thought it was a house.
The vehicle, Lee.
I thought it was a house.
I'll break on the vehicle, all right.
I took it as it was a house.
Still in touch with base, PC Hunkin has received an interesting update.
It's apparently the person that lives in the house, it's their child who's broken in because they've lost their key. So.
There may have been a lot of break-ins going on in the area, but there are no burglaries here. Immediately, the cops have to respond to another incident, a possible flasher walking the streets.
Well, half-naked guy, just wearing a t-shirt apparently. This could be entertaining.
Other officers already on the scene were quick to cover the man up. But it turns out he's not a flasher, he's a diabetic and is confused as a result of a seizure.
You're hypo, are you?
Diabetic, type 1.
I did phone the ambulance.
Yeah, no trouble, mate, we'll sort you out.
We'll get you a sugary drink, chap, and then we're going to pop you in the car, all right? Save you obviously sitting here and everyone staring at you, all right?
A diabetic seizure is caused by either too much or too little blood sugar. To prevent a coma, it's vital to get glucose into the system as soon as possible, and a high-energy drink often does the trick.
Is that all right? I think that looks good. Yeah.
To protect his modesty, the cops take the man to their car while they wait for the ambulance to check him over.
Yeah, 30, just to update the log, the male has had a fit of some kind and can't understand why he's walking around half naked. Did he just say he woke up and he didn't know where he was or something?
Yeah.
Right. It's quite handy. One of our colleagues is actually diabetic, so he's given him a couple of glucose tablets just to get him sugared up, really. Got an ambulance towards just to check him out, and then hopefully we'll be able to drop him home once his memory starts coming back again.
Yeah.
It's all in a day's work for Devon and Cornwall's frontline cops.
London's Metropolitan Police have a reputation for being among the toughest cops in the country. And the cops in Hammersmith and Fulham are no exception. Their West London patch is a battleground for a war on crime, and they're winning.
On the floor now!
Their zero tolerance approach
Any more playing up and you're going straight back on the floor.
has left drug dealers, robbers, and street gangs with nowhere to hide.
There's no greater buzz than putting handcuffs on someone who needs them on them and they don't like it because they're a bandit.
Calm down, mate, calm down!
Foxtrot Tail 315, Male detained.
In this episode of Brit Cops, we follow the burglary squad as they search for stolen goods. A boozy night ends in an arrest. And the robbery squad pounds on a suspected drug deal.
He's been found in possession of Class A, which is believed to be crack cocaine.
It's 6 a.m. in West London and the burglary squad are on a raid.
We're after a young man today who has recently been stopped by police. He's attempted to make off from police. Part of the stop, a large amount of money was found. Our interest is the burglary aspects. Part of the warrant today will be to search the house for stolen goods.
10 officers kit up in full protective gear, as they always do with a raid of this sort. They group at the end of the street. The element of surprise is key.
So that's right, the last one on the junction, on the left-hand side. Oh, we're right there.
PC's Matt Tarrant and Paul Hastings in the custody van have received an urgent call to assist robbery squad officers who've come across what they think could be a drug deal. Most of the suspects have left the scene, except for one slightly shocked man who they suspect was involved.
This one here, are they capped? Do they have caps on it?
It's new. But tell me, I don't know the man, sir. I don't
care what it is. It's drugs as far as I'm concerned.
You're under arrest on suspicion of Class A at the moment.
Gary Salmon of the robbery squad arrests the man. PC Salmon thinks he's found wraps of crack cocaine on the ground, as well as what he suspects could be cannabis.
What is that?
That's cannabis.
He's been found in possession of Class A, which is believed to be crack cocaine, and Class C, which is a little bit of herbal cannabis. Put up a bit of a fight, but he's now in the back of the van on his way back.
In the back of the van, the arrested man breaks down.
You all right? Yeah? Don't cry, you're nearly there now.
Come on. But Gary Salmon has no sympathy with the suspect.
I got a broken hand and it's too tight.
You got a broken hand?
Yeah.
Well, you've been to.
Broken hand, trying to get your needles out on me. Dirty scumbag.
You're further under arrest for possession of Class C drug, namely herbal cannabis.
He's further arrested on suspicion of having a Class C drug and will now be interviewed. Back at the raid, the team are given the all clear by their skipper. It's time to go in.
Let's go.
Safely in position, there's a short pause before the occupants of this first floor flat get turfed out of bed. A woman is found, but she's not wanted for any crime. This time it turns out to be a negative result. No suspect and no stolen goods. Coming up, the burglary squad close in on a wanted man.
Open up to the police.
And a feud over this buggy could get dangerous.
Did he hit you with the lorry?
Yes, he hit me with the lorry.
The police of Hammersmith and Fulham use specialist units to target specific crimes. The borough's burglary squad are one such elite team. The 7-strong squad of hand-picked officers is very active in its main role, the proactive investigation and prevention of burglary. On an estate in West London, the team have a major operation underway. They're on the trail of a wanted man.
The subject of this operation has a considerable history of burglary.
We're not first time, okay? So no someone's in.
His method is basically to go into people's properties at night, steal their property can and their car keys, and then take their what would be quite expensive vehicles away from those addresses.
He's known to the burglary squad. What they don't know is where he is.
The individual himself has got a considerable history of offending and of escaping, and previous incidents. He's been quite good at hiding from us when he's wanted.
They've already visited a list of addresses looking for him. Today, they're going to return to 3 of the properties, and if necessary, they will force entry.
Police officers.
Come in.
Thank you. Is in?
No, he's not here.
Okay, we need to search the house. We've got a warrant from the court, all right? Where does he normally sleep?
He don't sleep here. He don't live here.
Okay. If we have 4 officers in, guys. And we'll just search as quickly as possible.
Stop, because I'm getting fed up.
We have to get him to hand himself in.
I get that.
I appreciate that, but we.
House downstairs,
no, I understand that.
Up here, and it's not fair.
I know it's a pain for you, but we think he's committed quite a serious offence, and we need to find him. All right? We don't just go away, unfortunately.
The squad's method to catch this thief is to keep going to known addresses time after time, picking up the smallest details that might lead them to him.
I'm not having going through this.
But she's presumably speaking to him and stuff, so she could perhaps arrange for him to come in and speak to us.
I don't know.
I'm not asking you to grass him up. I'm asking you to just help me find him.
But I don't know where he is.
All right, but will, because he's his girlfriend.
Not necessarily.
Well, come on. I haven't born yesterday, but...
I'm not saying he was, but you do not understand.
I'm not trying to be difficult, but you want us to go away and don't want to come into our house. Well, it's very easily done in that we get into custody. But I don't want to upset you. No, I want to get this man into custody. And that's the bottom line. That's all I'm here to do, is to make sure he goes in front of a court, all right?
DS Mackey knew he'd be lucky to find the suspect here, but every little piece of information helps. On to the next lead. PC's Ricky Brennan and Martin Warnes are 5 hours into their shift, and they're investigating one of the stranger incidents of the day.
What's the type of van?
It's got a cage, it's just on the corner. There's a caged van just on the corner of this road.
There's been a big argument about a pushchair.
Local authority, caged rubbish vans.
Okay, so have they actually cut your lock?
Yeah, they cut my lock because every time I get
Where have they cut the lock though?
Oh, there's got another lock.
The owner has called the police because he claims the buggy was cut from its padlock and removed from the landing outside his flat.
And then suddenly...
He's managed to retrieve the buggy, but through extreme measures.
Finish what you're saying to me.
Yeah, I mean, I stood in front of the lorry and first gear whoosh, and I fell off, you know?
Did he hit you with the lorry?
Yes, he hit me with the lorry. He could ask the people there. There's a lady from... right, and there's other people which I don't know which
Around the corner, the police are getting the other side of the story.
Obviously, because we've got the gentleman up here, I don't want you to create any confrontation with them, okay?
No.
So what we'll do is we'll keep you separate from them. If need be, we'll ask you to put an allegation towards them. But what I don't want is for you to be shouting at them in the street, okay?
No. I won't talk to them now, no more.
Okay.
You are here, that's it.
Okay.
There's a slightly different story from the council workers. They've put a notice up inside the building saying nothing must be left in the corridor and it will be removed. So they've removed the object that's been in the corridor, and as opposed to this gent saying he'd been run over, by the council workers, he threw himself on the ground in front of the council vehicle, preventing them from going anywhere. And when they stopped, he then dragged the driver out of the vehicle. So it's a slightly different edge on the story.
Did you not think of knocking on the door?
I warned him that next time we will not knock at the door.
You won't knock at the door?
Yes, I told him that next time...
As he tries to get to the bottom of what has gone on, PC Brennan is distracted by a car being parked right under his nose.
In the morning, we knocked the door. In the afternoon, the wife came out and said, okay, I wait for my husband. He has the key, and I put it inside.
What is he doing?
But I said, we will come back.
Mate, the turning circle of your car is going to knock us over. Put your seatbelt on while you're driving. Get your passenger to put your seatbelt on. Secure your dog. Okay, but you're just going to have to wait a minute, aren't you? You're going to drive into us.
Despite being warned, the driver continues to demonstrate his bad driving skills in full view of the police. PC Brennan is now transfixed by the driver.
He's quickly running through.
And lets his colleagues take over the pushchair saga.
Are you the registered owner of the car?
No, the owner is in the house.
So you're not insured to drive it?
He's got the insurance.
No, are you insured to drive it?
I'm not, but I wanted just to put the car here.
Right. So you're not insured to drive the car?
Yeah, but I only to put the car just here. I'm not driving nowhere.
You're driving on a road?
No, which road? I'm not driving over there. I wanted just to put here.
Hold on. On the block. This is a road. You've been driving on it. You're not insured.
PC Brennan can't believe his eyes.
Right, he's not insured to drive the car. He just said the car belongs to his mum and he's not insured to drive it.
He's digging himself into trouble and it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
Back with the burglary squad, still on the trail of a suspected burglar, officers are about to search the next property on their list.
I'm going to have a look, so a quick look, mate.
In case the suspect is inside, DS Mackey covers any possible escape routes. Satisfied his team are safely inside, DS Mackey joins the search. Inside, the woman claims she's had no contact with the suspect whatsoever.
We don't want to be coming back here, you know that, don't you? We really need to speak to
I can't help you because I don't have regular contact with him. You may ring me, I mean, I've had the same number in years. You could ring me, where are you? I might have an Hammersmith. Oh, last time he met me in Hammersmith.
Yeah.
And we went to Lloyd's and had lunch there.
Okay.
But I don't, to be quite honest with you, I can't put up with him.
They've drawn another blank, but again, all information helps.
Each address we attended, we generally got a little bit more information as to where he might or may or may not be, which ranged from speaking to people who quite innocently gave information by speaking to him, or by observations as to his property, whether it was on the premises or not.
What we'll do is head back to the Nick and sort ourselves out from there. I think we'll go and do the other inquiries at that other place this afternoon. All right? Have a quick chat back there.
Yes, I've got a position, said so that, and I've got a ticket in my pocket.
Excellent, I'll go and have a word with him.
PC Brennan has now heard both sides of the stolen pushchair story, and it turns out the man with the pram may not have been telling the whole truth.
There's an independent witness who's willing to make a statement to say that they did not drive at you and that you threw yourself on the floor.
And then tried to pull them out of the van?
No.
Regardless of that, you've previously been told.
Although the man continues to argue the point, as far as PC Brennan is concerned, the pram war is over.
And they tried.
Well, you've got your property now.
Well, by force.
Right,
but
there are no.
Open the
but there are no offences. They stopped. They could have driven off. They didn't have to stop. Did they?
You're not going to do anything about it.
There are no offences here.
No, that's what I'm saying. If
You're
anyone
not
will get arrested,
allegations or anything.
No, there's no allegations here.
Where are you from?
Hammersmith Police Station.
Hammersmith
642.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're doing a good job.
The buggy battle may have been resolved without an arrest, But it might be a different case with the errant motorist.
This gentleman we've got stopped, who decided to drive up the road to all the police cars. Not only has he got no insurance, but he's got no licence, and he's been previously disqualified from driving. I need to work out the dates on there to see whether he's still disqualified.
No, what we need to do is try and establish if you've committed any offences here. No. You've driven on a road, it's not a private road, but you've driven on a road with no insurance. It was quite awful parking because you almost ran us over. But that's because you can't drive, because you don't have a driving licence, because you're not up to the standard of having a driving licence.
I used to drive normally.
Right, regardless of that, what we're going to do is we're going to check. You're driving with no insurance. We just need to check and make sure you weren't disqualified, because that could be a whole new lot of offences. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the house in the corner there. You take it to the right-hand side, you'll see a fence, Lee and Higgsy.
The Hammersmith and Fulham burglary squad have crossed the Thames to visit the third address they think is connected to the burglar they're tracking.
Right, ready? Yeah, you would have done for him.
The squad split to cover the back exits of the house. They have an enforcer ready to break down the door, but they try a polite knock first. It works.
I'll explain what we're doing here, all right? Good morning. Sorry to bother you this morning. DS Mackey from the burglary squad at Hammersmith. Can I come in and have a word, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Is in?
Sorry?
Is in?
Do you know what? I had to piece it on Wednesday.
I appreciate that, but unfortunately at the moment, we are looking for him. We know he was here.
He hasn't come back. He hasn't come back here.
All right, that's fine.
Right, he left here Wednesday.
No problem.
He said, I'm going to see my son. He never came back since. I've been up half a couple of nights waiting up for him.
All right, has he phoned you at all?
No, he hasn't phoned me, and I haven't got his number.
No worries. Okay.
Honestly, if I had his number yet, I would give it to you.
The suspect is not in the house, but a search soon reveals a knife concealed in the room the police believe the suspect sometimes uses.
Is this yours? That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know what that's doing in there. That ain't.
Okay. The offence that he's... I'm going to take it because the offence that he's involved in might have involved a knife, all right?
Okay, yeah,
so I'm going to take it just in case. I'm not doubting what you're telling me, but I'm going to take it for evidence, all right? Not against you or anything like that. I'm just going to take it away, all right?
Okay, fine. Yeah, you can go ahead, but I do know that it's my knife, but I don't know how God it got in that cupboard.
Fine, that's all. Don't know how you got it in that cupboard.
It's fine.
Right. Back to the car.
The police confiscate the knife. DS Mackey has a hunch this could turn out to be evidence.
I've got a feeling she doesn't know how it got there. Right, we attended the address today. Obviously, he wasn't there, but on the search was found a small knife. So I think we may have recovered a bit of evidence. However, the search for him is going to have to carry on, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll get him soon.
Back with the bad driver, not only has he no licence and no insurance, a check has also discovered he's had 4 driving disqualifications. But it's not all bad news.
You're not disqualified anymore, which is lucky for you, because you could have been arrested.
Yeah.
So it ended in October 2008.
It's gone.
Yeah, so you're not disqualified, but you still don't have a licence.
Yeah.
So you've been driving not in accordance with a licence, so therefore you have to be processed to court for that.
Yeah, but I knew I cannot drive, but just to put the here.
If you knew it, what are you driving for?
Yeah, but I was not driving in the road, just to put here.
You had a marked police van, a marked police car, about 7 police officers, no insurance, no licence. You get into a car and start driving, and then almost knock us over.
Just to put here,
And almost knock us over. Right, if you want to send everyone back inside,
everybody go home.
He's going to sit in the car. He'll be out in about 5 minutes.
What started out as a dispute over a man with a pram has led to this man being given a stern warning for driving without insurance.
Well, you take care, won't you? Bye-bye.
Coming up, police break in. A man could be in danger.
Come here.
Don't use the street as a toilet when Sergeant Leake is about.
What do you see you doing, viewing it against the wall there?
I wasn't listening there, I was making a phone.
And this suspected drink driver has a collision with an off-duty copper. The rapid response teams of West London's Hammersmith and Fulham Police have the task of dealing with whatever crimes come their way. From armed robbery to a cat stuck up a tree, they have to deal with it, and often, when they approach the scene, they don't know exactly what they'll find. PC's Kirsty Abbott and Brendan McGrath are called to assist a man who's locked out of his flat and he's worried about the safety of his partner. They arrive to find the man in some distress with the door locked from the inside.
I mean, we can put the door in, but it means you'll be responsible for boarding it up. It's up to you. Have you had an argument with him at all? No. I understand. Yeah, I mean, the door will go, so we can get the door open. We got an enforcer.
PC Abbott calls for an enforcer to help break down the door.
Well, it depends how concerned you are about him. If you want us to get in there, then we can get the door open.
No reason for him to have done this? So we are genuinely concerned about him then?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
This morning.
At what time, sorry?
I went to work. It was like 7:30 in the morning.
When's the last time you've spoken to him, though?
It was about 8 o'clock this evening.
Okay.
I've been here, seriously, I've been here. I would never ever call police, ever. I've been here for 20 minutes trying to do the door.
Mind out the way, sir.
Ringing him, banging,
Yep.
everything. And he's just forgotten.
Well, he's not responding. I don't understand. He's never ever done this ever before.
Right.
I've been here for like absolute ages, trying to get in. It doesn't make sense.
The man is concerned about the safety of his partner and asks the police to break in.
Knock again. Sorry.
PC James Tranter and Andrew Moore of Rapid Response Team 1 are in the custody van. They're responding to a 999 call. A man has been seen inside a closed pub and has allegedly run off with some alcohol.
With a grey hoodie hat on. Possibly outside because it's heading from the car park. Is anyone at the front?
As they arrive, the suspect has just been stopped by the plainclothes burglary squad. He's denying all knowledge.
What are you doing in the Right, mate, you're under arrest on suspicion of burglary. You've just been seen coming out the end. You've got drinks in your bag and the soles of your shoes. Match those wet footprints coming from What's your name, fella? Is there anybody else in there?
In his carrier bag, one big booty of expensive booze, including vintage champagne and liqueurs. Either he's on his way to a party, or he's got a lot of explaining to do.
Stand by 2 seconds. Champagne, mainly. Yeah, can you check the fridges that have got champagnes and all around the spirits and stuff? And just see
The police check with officers at the pub if they can tally the missing drinks with the ones the suspect has.
And 2 bottles of Contro. Bottle of Oasis, a couple of bottles of Contro, some a couple other bottles of spirits.
The man is arrested and taken back to the station.
Because you're under arrest. Family sounds like you're under arrest.
Back at the flat, concerns are growing for the safety of the man thought to be inside. Decisive action needs to be taken. It's time to use the officer's baton to break in.
Two locks.
Cancel the enforcer, we can then do.
Cancel the important serving run.
Inside, they find a man, but he's in a deep sleep.
Hello, mate. You all right? It's the police. It's the police here, mate. You all right?
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
What do you think's wrong with him? Is this normal?
He's very confused, but the police are convinced that he's safe.
I've been here for half an hour.
Okay, cool. Excellent. We're happy then, mate. No worries. All's well that ends well.
Okay then, not nice. Oh, you just
PC's Emma Hastings and Martin Warnes have received a call from one of their own, an off-duty copper.
It's an off-duty police officer that's just run through saying he's had an accident in his private vehicle and he believes that the other vehicle that he's had a collision with, the driver's drunk. So we're on our way. Hopefully she's still there. He's hopefully detained her. Hello there.
She pulled in, and then as I went past her, she pulled straight back out again. She's sort of quite slow, and I believe that she's under the influence of alcohol, and she's admitted she's had a beer, but I just wondered if you could help us out by breathalyzing both
No
of us,
worries.
so we'll exchange details.
How much have you had to drink today?
I had a beer.
You had a beer? Roughly how long ago? About an hour ago.
Strongly from where I'm stood.
Really?
Yes.
Me.
Okay. Have you had an alcoholic drink in the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, apologies, you're trying to get on.
Have you had an alcoholic drink in the last 20 minutes? In the last 20 minutes?
Come on, yep. About half an hour.
Right, so it's now gone from a couple of hours to half an hour.
Have you smoked in the last 5 minutes?
No.
Marvellous.
Put a seal round there, and when you're ready, blow until I tell you to stop. Blow harder, blow harder, harder.
The woman appears to be confused by the instructions given.
Right, stop.
You need to know that if you fail to provide us with a sample of breath, you get arrested. Okay? It's as simple as that. You need to blow like this. Like you're blowing up a balloon.
You said don't blow.
Right. If you fail to do it, then I'm going to arrest you for failing to provide, all right? And then we'll take you back to the station. You have to do them on another machine, okay? So big deep breath from your stomach and blow hard until I tell you to stop. Go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, stop.
With the breathalyzer showing red, Warnes immediately calls for a van to escort the lady to the nick.
Right. What's happened is you've come up as a fail, which means you're over the limit to drive.
The woman is immediately arrested.
You on any medication or got any illnesses that we need to know about? No?
The off-duty officer also gets breathalyzed, but unsurprisingly, the test is negative.
I thought it was in my pocket.
The woman's car will be parked up and she'll be taken back to the station.
Handbag and mobile, is there anything else you want?
With regards to this, I'll speak to my insurance company, they'll be in touch with yours, and it works out from there basically. Alright, so...
She is clearly upset. Warnes lets her know that she still has a chance to test negative.
There's no guarantee that you're going to be over the limit on the evidential machine, okay? It's a quick process at the police station.
Right, let's jump in the car.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
No worries.
Back at the station, she did in fact test under the limit. She was found not to have been drink driving and was not charged. It's 2 a.m. in West London, and revellers begin to emerge from the pubs and clubs.
Come back here, fella.
Sergeant Leake has spotted a man urinating against the outside of a shop.
What did you see you doing, urinating against the wall there?
I wasn't listening there, I was making a phone call. No, we saw you.
Mate, it's still trickling down now, mate.
I swear to God, I wouldn't like to please. I'm a respectful citizen.
Okay, so hang on, you were making a phone call, were you?
Yeah.
Do you talk out, because that's where your hands were, down by your groin, wasn't it? So you're either talking there or you're talking. I'm a black guy, that's what I do. Mate, listen, I know you were urinating in the street, you know you were urinating in the street. For that, you're going to be getting an £80 fixed penalty notice, okay? Have you got any identification on you?
Yes.
Okay, cough it up. Mate, we're not stupid, yeah? We can see what you're doing. It's still running down the road here. Of all the places to do it, mate, yeah? This is probably the busiest place you're going to find in this entire borough at this time of night, isn't it? So, as you can see, of all the places to do it at this time of night, it's probably about the busiest place on the whole borough. There's plenty of people waiting for buzzes and stuff, lots of young ladies around. It's obviously not very nice, plus he's doing it against a fresh fruit stall. He's initially claimed to be making a phone call, although how he was managing to do that with both his hands around his groin area, I've got no idea.
After receiving a stern telling off from Sergeant Leake, he's now going to get some advice from Inspector Taylor.
I wouldn't mind betting that you've had a drink fairly local to here. Would that be fair to say?
You're right to say that, yes.
Well, where was that?
I had a drink just in that club over there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure they've got toilets down there, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Okay, so you probably could have used them before you left?
I could have, yeah.
Fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Across the borough, near one of West London's major hospitals, officers are searching a car park toilet. There's been an increase in break-ins to cars, and a man believed to be living in the abandoned toilet is a suspect.
But no, we've had loads of getting about 4 cars broken into every week in this car park at the top here. And the Parks Police have started finding needles and stuff like that in the kids' play areas. Cat in there. Hello? Anyone home? You in here, mate? It's the police? No one home. You can see where his bed is.
Yeah.
But all the stuff on the walls looks like it's in blood. All that in God we trust and we will suffer. We need World War III, evil world, Armageddon's coming soon, all that sort of stuff. Not somewhere I'd choose to live, but...
The floor is covered in rubbish and used needles.
Any needles and syringes and stuff, then there goes a needle there. It's amazing how much of a nuisance one person like this can cause in a small area. So there's more there, I think, isn't there? Oh look, that's nice. And I'm assuming that's human as well. I wouldn't want to smell it, but that's home for someone.
The search for the homeless man has only just begun.
Clean them up though. What the fuck do that? Well, you're going to clean your mess up, sir.
Yes, sir. Don't throw this here.
Although he's admitted the offence, the police are now making the urinating man clear up after himself. A nearby shop lends a hand by supplying the materials.
Right, we all done then? We all cleaned up? Right, come and give that back then. I'll give you your ticket and then you go on your way, okay?
Police are hoping that next time he'll relieve himself before he leaves the pub. Coming up, the robbery squad interrupt a street fight. And the burglary squad finally close in on the man they've been looking for. PCs Pullen and Northcote of the robbery squad have been called to reports of a street fight between 3 men. And when they arrive, there's only 1 man there.
Two running into the estate. Stay with 2 seconds, mate.
I'm not going anywhere, bro. What's there?
He's immediately cuffed. At the moment, they don't know what's going on or if he could be dangerous.
What's going on then?
I got beat up outside my house, bro, looking for the people who beat me up, bro. And I see them, and we had a confrontation, and then you lot came.
Oh, we wait for the other officers to come back. We decide what's going on.
Can I spit out on the curb?
Spit on the floor if you want.
My carers saw what happening because they were trying to break it up outside my house.
Right.
Yeah, they phoned the police. My carers phoned.
So what are you doing coming out then, chasing them if your carers are in? Why don't you stay in the house?
But because I can't, bro. I got angry, my anger overtakes me. I just got beat up on my doorway. He ran me into
Right, so why don't you stay in your house then? Eh?
I couldn't.
Why?
But I thought I had to chase them here.
Right. So that makes things all better then, does it?
No, not at all. Because it could have been worse. Look what happened. They had weapons. And then we get me.
What did they have on them? Because I'm going.
Oh no!
All I saw was you with a belt.
I got a chain. I had a dog lead.
Or a dog lead then. Yeah, good as gold, John. No problem.
Pullen detains the man while his partner gives chase to the alleged attackers. The man claims they attacked him at the hostel where he lives. He says he doesn't know them and they picked on him because he's new to the area.
We'll stay here until the other officer comes back. All right?
The burglary squad still have a wanted suspect on the loose. Several days after the last visit and still determined to get their man, they return again to the known addresses used by the alleged burglar. Last time they were here, everyone the police talked to denied knowing his whereabouts. Today, police are back to search 2 flats simultaneously. The team split up.
Open up to the police.
So far, there is no response from inside the first flat.
Had the letterbox sort of rattle a little bit.
They decide to join the rest of the squad at the other flat.
No look. No. I'll go and see the others.
That's the other address, mate.
I will do. What's in there?
Back at the street fight, another robbery squad team have turned up to help, but it appears the man's alleged attackers have escaped.
Sit down in it. Just sit like that. All right. A little bit warmer for you. All right. We decide what we're going to do with you.
The police confiscate the bike left by the alleged attackers. They will check the frame for prints. They decide the man poses no threat, so take his handcuffs off.
I don't want to basically, I don't want to press charges at everybody.
He doesn't want to take any further action, so the robbery squad let him go.
Yeah, of course you can. Oh, yeah, no drama, mate.
Thank you.
Mind, there you go. Hey, go straight on. Yeah, I won't. If it comes your way, then fair enough. Don't go looking for it.
With a bit of gentle advice, he's on his way. Back at the estate, the burglary squad have rejoined to search another address. This time they hit the jackpot. The suspect is found hiding behind a bedroom door. He's arrested without a struggle.
He came quietly, I think the term is. He was compliant and was simply distressed about the fact that he wouldn't be seeing his girlfriend for some time. He knew we were looking for him, so it came as no surprise that he was wanted.
It's someone else that kicks up a fuss.
What did surprise me was that she clearly knew a little bit more about where he was whilst we were looking for him, and she in fact displayed her true colours by a volley of abuse.
You're making him out as if he's some sort of criminal.
He's not going to stay here.
You want to get the nonsense that live framed here. You start bloody
You're upsetting a baby.
Yeah, well, you don't care, do you?
Even on this visit, the woman strongly denied she had had contact with him. Until he was found behind the bedroom door, that is.
I remember next time that she's front line. Yeah. No, honestly, I haven't seen him for weeks. Oh, hello. Hello.
Burglary's not an offence, is it?
She continues to protest as the police try to leave.
No talking to me like that.
In about 3 years. She said she hadn't seen him in months. On having a look around the premises, the suspect was hidden behind a door and promptly arrested. No one got hurt, so it's a good result all round.
I'm very glad that we've caught this individual. I think he was responsible for a number of offences on the borough. He's been charged with aggravated burglary, the more serious end of burglary offending. He has been remanded in prison, awaiting his trial, and his licence from his previous offences has now been revoked. So whatever happens, he'll be serving out his last sentence, which will be, I think is about another year. And should he receive a hefty jail sentence for this particular offence, again, I think he'll be going away for quite some time. I would hope in the region of 5 to 6 years for this particular offence. Obviously, the satisfying side of my work is that after all that work, we've found him.
Coming up on BritCop's Zero Tolerance the series, out with the elite police units of West London. We follow the drug squad cracking down on suspected dealers. The burglary squad on raids. And we follow the rapid response teams as they deal with drug users, tackle fleeing criminals, and wrestle with out-of-control Saturday nights. Our cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals.
Oi, stop it!
These are the fastest cops in Britain, responding to 999 calls at up to 150 miles an hour, hunting fugitives, tackling drunks,
I'm not fucking drunk!
catching criminals,
Authority has been given.
and saving lives.
You! Use your mirrors!
For these elite high-speed units, every second counts. They are rapid response. Coming up, armed cops tackle a machete-wielding man.
Stand still! Stand still! Lie down on the floor now!
Police choppers scrambled in a high-speed pursuit.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
And a suspected drugged driver stashes something nasty in his car.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty cunt!
Wales, and a rapid response team is responding to a 999 call. There's been an incident on a quiet residential estate, but this is no ordinary disturbance.
The guy involved is well known to the police, always in trouble for something or other. He's quite violent as well. He might come quietly, but as a rule he fights, but he'll come in whichever way.
A witness has reported that a row has broken out between two men and one of them has pulled out a machete.
I think there's quite a few cars here, to be honest with you. 5 police vehicles and probably about 10 officers.
But that's not all. Officers from the Elite Armed Response Unit are kitting up.
What's going on?
It's basically been reported that the person's fighting. There's possibly machetes involved, so...
But before they make their move, the armed officers have to gain every piece of information they can about the suspect.
Yeah, that's received. We do really need to clarify whether that is his own flat.
Armed and ready, the Elite unit moves quickly to the scene. And within seconds, they've cornered the man.
Stand still! Stand still! Lie down on the floor now! Do it now!
Taking no chances with the suspect, he's put to the ground at gunpoint.
Stand down on the floor now!
Suddenly, the man's friends decide to kick off. A specialist dog team is sent in to help control the situation.
The firearms officers have challenged the gentleman and have him under control now. Got him handcuffed. So we're just going to come down because there's a number of people coming out of the premises now nearby.
It's a potential powder keg and could turn nasty. Getting the man into the van as fast as they can might defuse the situation. But still, the neighbours are having a go at each other.
What are you trying to say, bitch? Videos to present. I tell you. I fucking tell you. Tell you what? Who wasn't the one that brought a knife behind the fucking cat, eh? Should have had a knife in the street, you fucking...
Apart from trying to calm tempers down, PC Simon Butler also has to find out what sparked it all off.
Did you actually see the knife wherever he had?
It was a big machete.
Yeah,
it was
huge.
a machete.
Yeah.
It was a machete.
There was kids stood behind him.
Yeah.
There was
My
two
kid
little
was out,
kids.
his kid was out, there was kids on bikes.
It's disgusting.
She's actually a proper machete, but quite
Yeah.
a rusty one.
I seen him running full this far away from me.
He pulled it on me, though. Yeah. Were you out here when it was
No,
all
I
going
was
on?
upstairs with my little boy, and
Yeah.
the only thing I was shouting out was to stop it because there was kids out in the street.
So you could see it from the
I don't
windows.
care if anything else happens. Do you know what I mean? But there was kids stood right behind him, like.
Yeah. So you saw it from the window.
While PC Butler tries to unravel the story, a weapon has been found.
We've recovered the weapon. I was concealed in the tumble dryer in the kitchen. Matches the description the witness has given us. The subject is in custody as well. He was arrested for a fray, which is a public order offence covering basically threat of violence in relation to waving a machete around in the street.
In Wales, there are over 1,000 armed response calls every year. With each of those incidents, there is a valid reason for them to be called out.
Nowadays, when weapons are involved, we do tend to use our armed response unit who are trained in various methods for dealing with it. They're able to deal with the situation safely, hopefully without any injury to any members of the public or suspects or police officers as well. So it's a successful job.
Out on patrol, the rapid response cop, PC Grant Limebeer, comes across a car which has smashed into a tree.
There's an ambulance on the way, like
right.
really there, ambulance.
Do you need an ambulance? Come and check over.
The driver doesn't seem to want to answer the officer's questions.
Do you live nearby?
Despite a passerby trying to help, the woman thinks she knows PC Limebeer.
These people have been rotten.
I've never met you before.
Have you not?
No.
Well, you get out of my life then. All I've done is bump my car.
Right, so you bumped your car, I can smell alcohol in your breath. I'm now asking you to provide me a specimen of your breath, okay? Look, you haven't got a choice, okay? What time did you have your last alcoholic drink?
Last night.
Last night.
With well over 500,000 drink-related police stops a year in the UK, most are cut-and-dried incidents, but this one is becoming more complicated.
Were you on your own in a car? Am I looking for any passengers that may be injured?
The woman's beginning to test the officer's patience.
Please answer me yes or no to that. Any passengers I need to be looking for?
I don't want to talk to you. You're a pig.
Well, if there are passengers injured I should be looking for, I think that's attitude which is beyond me, okay?
You've lost your hair, haven't you?
Can you tell me your age, please?
The woman won't give her age.
You confirm for me you're female?
She won't even confirm she's female.
I guess you are then.
And she refuses to take the breathalyzer test.
Please blow into it until I tell her stop.
I refuse.
You want to refuse to provide? I'm asking you once more, please blow into my device. I need a specimen of your breath. If you fail to provide or refuse, I can arrest you anyway.
Oh, you have to do that anyway.
Despite all of PC Linebeer's best efforts, this woman seems intent on getting herself nicked.
I can say or do to make you blow into this machine.
No.
I'll persuade you.
Obnoxious.
I'm not obnoxious. You're required by law, you've had a road traffic collision, I can smell alcohol in your breath, and I believe you are the driver.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You're a liar.
I'm a liar, am I?
Finally, he's had enough. PC Linebeer has no alternative but to arrest her.
You under arrest then, okay? Because you failed to provide a sample of your breath at the roadside when required to do so by myself. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand? Nod if you do. Do you understand?
She still won't even acknowledge that she's been arrested.
Keys to the car then, please.
More than that, she's refused to answer all of this police officer's questions. So concerned is PC Linebeer about her behaviour, an ambulance has been called to check her out.
Let's have a chat, come on.
The paramedics can find no signs of physical injury. But PC Linebeer is convinced that this woman is well over the limit and has got to get her back to the station to be tested for drink driving. But having been so quiet at the roadside, this woman's about to get very loud and very leery. Coming up, how 21st century cops crack down on the criminals.
I can't obviously conclusively say, but probably heroin.
The 99-mile-an-hour speeder who doesn't think he's done anything wrong.
What's the speed limit on the motorway? 80. Can I have another go?
And the suspected drink driver who really starts to kick off.
Hey!
No, that's my right.
Yeah, could custody be informed, please?
PC Grant Linebeer of the Dyfed-Powys Rapid Response Unit has finally got the suspected drink driver en route to the police station. But she's still causing trouble and suddenly turns on our cameraman.
Hey! Behave. If that's damaged in any way, you are under arrest also further attempt criminal damage or criminal damage to the camera.
No, that's my right.
Listen,
cannot.
nothing to do with you. There's no need of it, man.
But even after further warnings from PC Linebeer, she's still being uncooperative.
See that door over there? Head for that door, please.
No.
I've asked you to walk.
Film that way.
Oh, just walk in.
She now wants a cigarette before going into the charge room.
Here now. Come and sit down. You're not having a cigarette. Sit down, I'll put you in the cell.
Will you put me? Give me a cigarette.
Having tried everything else, the woman now turns on the tears. In the breathalyzer room, PC Linebeer is still trying to get the woman to be cooperative, and still she refuses to answer any questions.
Do you wish to answer any of those questions?
No, I'm not answering those questions.
Okay.
Every suspected drink driver has to provide a specimen of breath at a police station, but this woman doesn't think that the law applies to her.
Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis?
No.
Fine.
Because you're a bastard.
Because you're a bastard, okay.
Put that down.
I will. I shall find somebody to write it.
They've all had enough. She faces a possible heavy fine, a driving ban, or even a custodial sentence for failing to provide a breath test.
The likelihood is to be charged now with failing to provide a specimen. She's been placed in the cell for the time being until she sobers up at an appropriate time where she can be interviewed regarding the offence of driving whilst under the influence of alcohol.
There are over 34 million vehicles on the UK's roads, and most are being driven legally. But if they're not, the police will find them. From an out-of-date MOT, no insurance, or even a missed court appearance, nothing gets past these cops. They do this by using a neat piece of kit called the ANPR, the Automatic Number Plate Recognition System. In seconds, it electronically checks the police national computer, and if anything comes up, the car gets pulled.
Aside from the ANPR function, you've also got a mapping, a GPS system that shows us exactly where we are now. So if you do get a vehicle that fails to stop, for example, today we're out of force, we can obviously relay that information to the control room, and then they can obviously send the appropriate resources.
But it's not just the police who are involved in this operation. Trading Standards, DVLA, HM Customs and Revenue and the UK Border Agency are all part of this sophisticated operation. A Wiltshire Rapid Response Unit has pulled a car for having an expired road tax disc. But while the driver and the car are being examined at the checkpoint, the simple crime of an expired tax disc has just gone up a notch.
What you've got here is you've got a routine stop check on this VW Golf. What's happened is the drugs dog is passing the vehicle. It's shown an indication of interest in relation to drugs. So what we're going to do now is the occupants have been searched. We're going to put a drugs dog through the vehicle and see whether we can actually locate any drugs within the vehicle.
The driver is immediately given a body search, but he's clean. So now it's Skip, the drug dog's turn to check out the car.
We'll have that.
And it's not long before he comes up with something.
I can't obviously conclusively say, but looking at the colour, I think we'd probably call that a wrap of certainly Class A, probably heroin. Lovely jubbly.
But there's more to come. Searching the car brings up further possible evidence of drug use.
Well, we've certainly got a drugs pipe, and there's the possibility that these are further wraps. And this one's already looking like it's got some burning on it, which would indicate that these have just been used for smoking heroin.
It's a top result, and the man is nicked.
This gentleman is obviously going to be arrested and taken to the local police station. Once we're happy that there are no other drugs in the vehicle, then it's going to be seized, and we've succeeded then in getting this vehicle off the road, which is what we're all about. Why should criminals use the road? They've just got no place on it at all.
In another part of the country, a rapid response team is patrolling a busy section of the M4 in an unmarked car. Suddenly, the car comes past on the outside lane at speed.
Got a vehicle come past me in excess of 17, and I'm doing a check now. I've got a speed of around about 98, 99, which I just need to clarify once to stop him, but with the calibrated speedo I've got, he's swerving about a bit, so he's obviously not quite paying attention. I need to stop to him speak in relation to the speed.
As the car swerves about in the fast lane, the driver doesn't know his every move is being filmed by the cops onboard camera.
It's also coming up on the onboard automatic number plate reader showing no keepers, so just need to find out if it's his vehicle, how long he's had it. So 98 miles an hour now, and he's staying, if anything, pulling away from me now.
PC Glenn Powell has seen enough. With over 2,000 injuries a year on the roads of Wiltshire, speeding is not tolerated by its police force. The man was unaware he was being followed by an unmarked car, and he's also unaware of the speed limit.
I stopped it for reasonable speed. What's the speed limit on the motorway? Sorry? What is the speed limit on the motorway?
80.
80? Can I have another go?
Maybe I think some roads are more than 80. 90.
70.
Oh yeah. The motorway is 70.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I just drive over.
And that's why I stopped you. Have you got a UK driving licence?
Yeah, I got it, but I didn't take it out.
But you got a UK one, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've...
No, I use international.
Okay, no problem. How long have you lived in the UK?
1 year.
Okay, because it's only valid for 1 year.
Yeah, I know. So I want to change it.
Okay, let's come back to the car then.
Okay.
What started out as a speeding stop is just about to turn into something even more serious.
Shows here then your provisional licence holder. So why are you driving a car today? Is she her full licence holder?
No.
Okay.
Just have a travel to see my friend.
Okay, but you're not supposed to drive a car on a provisional licence, are you? Unless you have L plates or someone with you who has a full licence. Do you understand?
Yeah, he got the Chinese driver license.
Who, your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, but not this friend.
She got it.
But she must hold a full UK driving licence to be with you when you're driving in the UK.
Yeah, no, when I get this, some people sit here more than 2 years UK driver license.
Okay, because at the moment you can't drive this vehicle in the UK on your own because you've got to either have L plates or someone with a full UK driving licence, and you haven't, have you? Yeah. Okay.
Without a full driving licence, the officer has no alternative. He's got to stop the man from driving any further.
Now, in relation to that, what I've got the power to do, what I'm going to do, is to seize your car because you cannot drive on a provisional licence on the motorway. You're not in accordance with your driving licence.
But with his car seized, the man and his passenger are not being left stranded on the motorway. PC Powell has made arrangements for them to be taken to the nearest exit. It's the end of this man's journey. With his car seized and awaiting a lift to the next exit, it's a result for Wiltshire's rapid response.
It's a problem which could, from where he thinks he's got a little bit of driving experience because he's travelled from Swansea to London a few times. The fact is that he's never passed his tests. If he passed his tests, he'd know the rules and regulations of the country, including the speed limit. And unfortunately, because of that, that means that he's been reported for exceeding the speed limit today at 99 miles an hour, which in itself could be a disqualification by the court. And his vehicle's been seized because he's driving a motor vehicle on a provisional licence.
Back on patrol, and a rapid response unit has pulled over another car. Although the vehicle has checked out as being road legal, there's something in the driver's manner that's worrying PC's Doug Downing and James Hine.
The driver's very nervous.
Yeah. They decide to have a chat with the passenger.
Okay. So it's fair to say from our conversation that you have previous convictions for drugs.
Yeah.
And every maybe 2 weeks you're still using heroin.
Sometimes, it might be longer than that.
Okay, okay.
I'm sort of stable.
And I'll be honest with you if you're honest with me. If we were to carry out... I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if we were to search the vehicle and yourself, are we going to find anything within the vehicle?
Nothing, no.
With the man's denial and the woman's nervousness, they decide to send in the drug dog. Meanwhile, the man and woman are taken away to be searched. And within minutes, the cops have found something suspicious.
He says he's got we've retrieved names from his bum. He says it's heroin.
You got heroin from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a concealed space that he pulled out.
Okay.
This man's now under arrest, and both he and the woman are heading to the Nick.
It sort of highlights exactly what we're here to do. We're here to deny criminals use of the road, and we're here to target the right people. And our intelligence leads us to do that. We're not stopping people that have got taxed and insured vehicles. We're getting people in and they're getting arrested. So it really just goes to show we are targeting the right people, and these things are absolutely worthwhile. Yeah, it's a spot-on job. It's a good job.
Coming up, the man who thought he could outrun a police helicopter.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
Cops find a car with an identity crisis.
Sound system has been wiped. Go on, tell me the score.
And the lucky driver who walked away from this. Wiltshire Air Support Whiskey Hotel 99 has been scrambled. A car has been reported stolen and the thief is fleeing from police. The command centre is calling all available pursuit-trained units to join the chase. On the ground, traffic officer PCJ Clifton is at full throttle closing the gap on the runaway.
So we've had a vehicle stolen from a set of shops and it's made off from the police. We've currently got a vehicle behind it. We've got the helicopter in the air above the vehicle at the moment.
Yeah, QJ99, vehicle is parked behind slow-moving traffic.
Police have already tried to stop this vehicle with near deadly consequences.
Yeah, all units, I must remind you, he did try and ram me off the road. I think he's willing to do anything.
Yeah, QJ99, this male is driving extremely dangerously. Went to the offside on a roundabout, now on the offside of the road.
Road units are ordered to hang back. They don't want to pressure the driver into doing anything even more dangerous. One mistake at these speeds could cost the life of an innocent bystander.
Subject vehicle is pulled behind a Royal Mail van at this time, again overtaken on solid white lines in the face of oncoming traffic, narrowly avoiding an RTC and continuing straight on at this time towards M4 junction.
The chopper flies low in front of the fugitive vehicle to let him know there's nowhere to run. This manoeuvre is known as a show, and it should tell this criminal that the game is up.
And for the log, we have done a show in front of the vehicle, still failing to stop line 9.
But he shows no sign of stopping yet.
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 49, I'm heading westbound on the M4. I can go to 17 or 18, give me direction over.
On the motorway, PC Clifton is 20 miles from junction 18, travelling at well over a tonne.
Vehicle's heading towards junction 18 of the M4, which is, from our perspective, quite good. We're already on the M4, we can get down to junction 18.
Yeah, police unit died.
As the stolen car gets stuck behind slow traffic, a pursuing rapid response unit closes right up behind him. But there's no opportunity to stop him, and he's off again. As the car approaches the M4, all pursuit vehicles brace themselves for a change of direction.
Now entering junction 18, 99. Yeah, currently in the offside lane at the entrance. Not one. Crossing the motorway, straight on the A46, 99.
The car is now heading towards the busy town of Stroud. If this rampaging driver isn't stopped soon, it could all end in tragedy. More units are travelling at breakneck speed to get ahead of the chase. PC Clifton has abandoned the M4 and is now rapidly closing in behind the lead car.
We're still northbound through Petty Branch now. The speed is 90 miles an hour.
We are continuing. We have approximately 20 minutes of fuel left, 99.
With the chopper running out of fuel and night closing in fast, this pursuit is reaching a critical phase. The chase has now been going on for over half an hour, covering 40 miles with more than 10 cop cars across 3 forces involved. With light failing, the chopper switches to its thermal imaging camera.
Which is in, vehicle still continuing northbound, speed 70 miles an hour. Driving is erratic, exceeding the 40 limit.
PC Clifton is now less than a mile behind.
Just coming into a built-up area, approaching a set of red traffic lights, one vehicle stationary on the near side. The vehicle is straight through.
As the pursuit enters Stroud, the helicopter has only 10 minutes of fuel left.
From Tango Street 5, next roundabout, taking the second. Not too sure.
In the town centre, the lunatic driver careers down narrow streets.
30 miles an hour. We're now on a cobbled paved area, pedestrian area through the city centre.
Suddenly, the fleeing car thief makes a big mistake. He drives straight down a dead end.
Vehicle stop, subject vehicle stop, 99, stand by.
Officers are onto him before he can run.
QJ99, Avon and Somerset unit and officers with the driver. The driver has now been detained. Hands are on the roof of the vehicle. Stand by.
PC Clifton arrives at the scene to find not only did the runaway go down a dead end, but it's a dead end right next to the local Nick.
The police station's probably about 50 metres away, so they've been arrested and probably walked over to the police station. What a perfect place to stop.
Rapid response cop Adrian Giles is on night patrol, and it's not long before he spots some trouble. He instantly goes to onboard video.
Following a moped at the moment. We're doing 40 miles an hour. No crash, I'm on the bike.
Immediately, PC Giles hits the lights. The driver decides to stop, his passenger decides to run.
Come here! Keys!
But the youth has got away. Left to face PC Giles on his own, the driver doesn't seem to know why he was stopped.
Take your helmet off.
Pardon?
Take your helmet off, please.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry? What are you sorry for? Are you sorry for speeding? Are you sorry for carrying a passenger with no crash helmet?
Speeding?
Yeah, speeding. What's the speed limit? What's the speed limit along that road?
About 30.
About 30. What is the speed limit on that road?
Oh, no.
We don't have about speed limits. We have accurate speed limits. What is the speed limit on that road? You're riding a bike, you should know the speed limit. What is the speed limit?
40.
It's 40, is it? Right, it's a built-up area, it's 30. Why were you doing 40?
I was doing 30.
Right, you were doing 40.
No.
All right? Why have you got a passenger on your bike with no crash helmet on?
Pardon?
Why did you have a passenger on your bike with no crash helmet on?
We were going to my mate's house and I thought it'd be just a quicker way.
So that makes it legal because you're going to your mate's house, does it? Right. Do you want to put it on his stand, please?
I've got my document.
Right, you better get him out now.
Although the youth doesn't seem to know speed limits or the law about crash helmets, the one piece of knowledge he does have, he refuses to give.
Who's your mate?
I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed to tell me?
It's my mate, isn't it? No, it's not.
Makes no difference to me.
But taking a vow of silence is not going to help this lad. The officer takes him to the patrol car and confronts him with the facts of life.
Right. In relation to your little escapade, doing your mate a favour is now going to cost you £60 and 3 points on your driving licence. So alternatively, you can elect to go to court. The choice is yours. You're going to take the fixed penalty, are you? Right. You certainly were in the wrong, and so was your friend who's done a runner. And I'm sure he'll pay half the fine for you, won't he? Yeah, he obviously won't, though, will he? Because he's probably not a real mate.
And doing his mate a favour is going to cause this driver even more problems with the law.
Have you ever heard of a Section 59 warning? Right, a Section 59 warning is a warning that you can be given because of the manner of your riding. And if you commit a same or similar offence again, your bike gets taken away. All right? At this stage, I'm not going to. I work quite a lot. I will be looking for you now. So if you continue to ride the way you're riding then, and I will show you.
So if I'm just like riding through town?
If you're driving fine, I've got no problems with you whatsoever. If you're acting sensible, then fine, I've got no problems with people riding bikes. I ride bikes myself. But I expect people to ride them sensibly. I don't expect them to ride them like that.
With the price of friendship having gone through the roof, the lad is let on his way.
As a result of giving his mate a lift home and doing his mate a favour, he's now got 3 points on his driving licence and a £60 fine. Because if you ain't got it done up, his class is not. He's obviously been made aware of what the consequences of taking his people on the back of his bike. If he'd have fell off, passenger fell off the back, they'd hit something else. Passengers fall off, banged his head. Potential there for the passenger to die. The result of that, the rider could go to prison. I think that's a few stern words of advice. I think that's sunk in. Hopefully you won't you make a better decision when someone asks him to give him a lift in the future.
In West Wales, rapid response cop Justin Williams is on patrol, and a parked 4x4 has caught his attention.
Tax on this thing is out in 2008. Typical farmer's vehicle. Could I have one vehicle check, please?
But PC Williams' sixth sense is telling him that there's something not right about this vehicle, and a quick check with the PNC, the Police National Computer, confirms it.
It's on PNC, it's a white 4-track. I get a funny feeling it might be a vehicle that's on limited use, just to go from farm to farm and things. So that's why a funny feeling that's what it is.
And that funny feeling is about to pay dividends.
How are you doing? Have you got a more up-to-date tax than that one?
Probably have, yeah.
Is it on limited use?
Yes.
I thought it would be. And you're on red as well, is it?
The law regarding farmers' vehicles is long and complex, Put simply, a vehicle used exclusively for off-road farm work doesn't need an MOT. It can also use a cheaper fuel known as red diesel. But there's a problem with this farm vehicle. It's the wrong colour.
The sound system has been white. Have you sprayed it or?
Oh, white chip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that then?
Well, no why.
Go on, tell me the score.
The farmer admits that his white vehicle was scrapped and he changed its number plates to this green car.
So this vehicle isn't insured either, is it?
The farmer's not only changed plates between vehicles, he's changed insurance as well.
Yeah, but that's a completely different vehicle, this one, isn't it?
With possible offences stacking up, PC Williams has to call a colleague for clarification.
I've got an interesting one for you. I've got a vehicle on stop at the roadside at the moment. Now what this guy has done, he has swapped details from the white one onto the green one, and the white one has been scrapped. What's your stance on that?
So, facing charges for no road tax, no MOT, no insurance, and facing further questions from customs, the bad news just keeps coming for this farmer.
Right, I've just spoken to HM Customs and Revenue, okay. Obviously this vehicle is not on a limited use exemption. So what's going to happen now? The vehicle is going to be seized for two reasons. A, I haven't dipped the tank yet, but I assume it's going to be on red diesel. And the fact that this vehicle isn't insured either, okay? The driver of this vehicle has admitted that he's using red diesel in it. He does not have an exemption to do it on that vehicle. He's actually also changed registration plates up from a previous vehicle onto this one. So he is going to be arrested for fraud offences.
With his car confiscated, all he's left with are his belongings and his dog.
There's a good chance, had he applied to DVLA, well, they would have probably authorised the limited use exemption anyway. So yes, it could really have been avoided.
In mid-Wales, PC John Wiles of Dyfed Powys Rapid Response gets a call. There's been an RTC, a road traffic collision. The accident has happened on a rural road in the middle of the countryside, and PC Wiles has to get there fast.
One of the worst roads, I would say, in our area. There's a lot of nasty bends on it. You can see the double white lines and a number of bends.
As with any accident, it's vital that the police get to the scene as fast as possible, and these rapid response cops are the best in the business. Using all his years of training and experience, PC Wiles pushes his car to the limit as he negotiates the treacherous country lanes. The ambulance is already on the scene, and not yet knowing the seriousness of the accident, PC Wiles puts up hazard signs to warn other drivers. It appears that this Audi is the only car involved in the accident. Amazingly, someone has walked away from this and is almost unscathed. Other emergency services arrive on the scene and swing into action like a well-oiled machine. The fire service's first task is to stabilise the car so that it's safe to work on.
The preservation of evidence is paramount, but obviously safety of colleagues at the scene of the fire, at the scenes of collisions, from the fire service, the police, the paramedic, that comes first. And basically what they're doing is just stabilising the car where it is to ensure it doesn't fall on anyone. We've arranged recovery now, which will obviously attend, and they'll take all that kit back off, and then it'll be handed over to the recovery agent then to get it recovered and sorted, basically. So we'll get this traffic on the move as quick as we can now.
Crash investigators are trying to determine how the car came to be on its side. But time is against them. They have to get the road clear or the traffic will back up for miles. The driver of this car was lucky to escape with only minor injuries, a fact that's not lost on the police.
Obviously, as you can see here now, fire have stabilised the car. The recovery agents have arrived now to clear the road up as fast as we can. The fire crew have just assisted in righting it, and what will happen now will simply get loaded up and taken away back to the security yard back in Crickhowell. Could have been potentially quite nasty, but luckily minor injury, so it's always a good result, really.
Coming up, police question a man with an unusual hobby.
Taking photographs of the trucks.
Right.
It's horrible, isn't it?
And police find something nasty in this car.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty Oh.
In Wiltshire, someone's dialed 999 about a man acting suspiciously on a bridge over the motorway.
There's a report of a male on one of the overbridges over the other side of the barrier looking distressed. So obviously what our fear is, he jumps onto the motorway and gets hit by a car. It's either serious injuries or a fatality.
Rapid response cop Andy Stanley is concerned the man might be about to harm himself. Pushing his response car to the limit along the busy motorway, PC Stanley checks out all the bridges in the area. But the man's nowhere to be found. PC Stanley widens the search along side roads overlooking the motorway.
There's your man.
Finally, he finds the man in a lay-by.
Hello, sir.
All right.
How are you? The reason why we're here, we've had a report of a gentleman, matching your description, on the overbridge, sitting on the railings, not looking very happy. But
I wasn't going to jump, if that's what you mean.
That was what I was inferred by the caller.
It turns out that the man's not going to end it all. It's just that he has an unusual hobby.
He's taking photographs of the trucks.
Right. Motorists using the motorway think, oh, there's a person. And they instinctively think, why is he there? Because not many people sort of stand on overbridges, other than they're not very happy.
Well, I'm just taking some photographs of the HGVs, really. That's all, really.
Oh, mate, no problem. Okay, take care.
Content that the man is not going to become yet another statistic, PC Stanley lets the enthusiast get back to his hobby.
Turn around, face there. Stand still. Where are you from?
I've been reported.
Have you been drinking?
No,
It's the dead of night, and PC Owen Dillon and Sergeant Di Howells of the Dyfed-Powys Rapid Response Team have stopped a man for suspected drink driving.
He sounds to be pissed.
The officers are convinced he's been drinking, so he's cuffed.
Stay with my colleague while I'm just going to have a quick look in the car, all right?
Yeah, okay.
It's clear something's not quite right when he's asked for his date of birth.
Got that. What's your date of birth?
84, 83 and 25. 84, 83.
Slow down now. Give us that again.
I'm panicking now because I'm worried. Don't panic now, right? Okay? 84, 84.
You're going to laugh. He's not sure of his date of birth. Just believe it's to the in 84. If it's not 84, then apparently it's 83.
My girlfriend just walked up and checked me out.
Where did she check out?
She just found out I've been seeing the other girls as well. I've been seeing two girls today, to be honest. Like, she caught me out.
With his patience wearing thin, PC Dillon tries once more to find out his date of birth.
Right, just slowly give me your date of birth. Think about it.
1984 or 1983. I used to get those two mixed up, the two end ones all the time, officer.
Oh, we're banging right against the wall. He's either 83 or 84.
The officer comes up with a novel solution for the man so that he'll never forget.
You know what you need to have tattooed? It's your date of birth. I'll let you know it.
Is that on there?
No, but you need to get it tattooed on you, right? So you remember then.
It's only the last word to forget, officer. Don't put it on your neck now, because you'll be turning around all night.
But if his girlfriend doesn't want him, the Gwent police force does.
The cars have been involved in a failed to stop accident about 4 or 5 days ago, and the Gwent police have been trying to get hold of him to speak to him about the accident, and they're going to deal with that now.
As Gwent police arrive, they decide to breathalyse the man.
Whose car is it? It was my nan's. Look, I found her dead. I went away.
While the breath test is going on, the other officers search the man's car and they soon come up with something.
Cannabis.
That's dirty, smelly, isn't it?
It's horrible, isn't it?
But if they thought that was bad, they soon find something worse.
What is that in here?
Oh, you dirty.
What is it?
Rotten pizzas. Oh, very old. Are they still moving?
And the man has a reason why they're in the back of his car.
What are you saving the old pizzas for?
Oh, my dog.
You give those to your dog?
Bulldog.
Feeding your dog mouldy pizza isn't illegal, but possession of cannabis, however, is.
Some cannabis in a pocket on the back seat.
pizzas for his dog.
The man has passed the breath test. It's come up negative. But still unsure that he's capable of driving, the officers decide to do a test to see if he's under the influence of drugs. Known as the Romberg test, the man has to close his eyes and count to 30. But for this man, time just rushes by.
I thought I'd done 30. 17. Gelled it, I thought it was 30.
Next up, walk a straight line taking pigeon steps. Sounds easy, but not for him. Finally, stand on one leg and count out loud.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The police are not convinced, and neither is the man. He'll be going back to the station for further questioning. Coming up on Britcop's Rapid Response, the all-new police action series. We're on board with the fastest cops in Britain. The elite squads fighting frontline crime.
Get out! Get out!
At breakneck speeds. We're with them as they pursue dangerous criminals, lunatic drivers,
You got 110.
and drunks on the road.
Have you been drinking?
And we watch them come down hard on violence and mayhem. Our cameras capture the action while these cops catch the criminals.